Hello class. Now we will see the DMPFI system. Okay. Till here we have gone through the various MPFI system comes under the Bosch system, such as the K Jetronics, K Jetronics, L Jetronics, LH Jetronics. Okay. Now you'll see the DMPFI or D Jetronic system. We can't say it's a DMPFI. First of all, we must know. We must say it is a D Jetronic system. After that, we will can term it as a DMPFI or DTBI. Okay. So till here we have gone through the K. In the K, the term K stands for continuous. In whenever we gone through the K, there KE stand for the continuous electronic. When we go through the L, then L stand for the loft means of airflow. Okay, and now we will go through the D. Here D means a drug. The drug is a German word which is used for the pressure. Before going to DMPF, Jetronic system, we must know or we must memorize the concept of continuous injection and the pulse injection. In the case of the continuous injection, we supposed to injecting a fuel continuously through injector, irrespective of the position of the cylinder or in respect of the position of or condition of the strokes of individual cylinder, and we are supposed to injecting the fuel continuously. Then the metering take place on the basis of the pressure regulation or on the basis of the orifice opening regulation. Okay, in case of the continuous injection system. But whenever we talk about the pulse injection, there is a metering are done by on the basis of the our pulse width. We have gone through the concept. Okay, but there's a we supposed to repeat it. If the pulse width means the time for which we supposed to sending a signals to injector in order to have a injection or active injection. Okay, as pulse width is ends, that time the injection get stopped. So this is a pulse injection system. Those are not continuous, but here again time and non-time pulse are there. The time means on the basis of the piston position of individual cylinder. We're supposed to have independent injector pulses for respective cylinder injectors, and non-time based means all cylinders are supposed to be having an injection at the same time without take caring of their position of cylinder inside it. Okay, so those are the non-time. So here we are remembering those things just because the Jetronic system. Okay, the Jetronic system, that is this term Jetronics, is a general term used for the D type of fuel injection system. Okay, fuel injection system of Bosch. But more precise, if you talk, then there is two terms come under Jetronic, that is DMPFI and DTBI. So whenever we talk about DTBI, okay, in that sense, it is nothing but the D, that is drug type throttle body injection system. Now throttle body injection is nothing but we should have a one injector at a throttle body position. So whenever one injector is there and you're supposed to have a multi-cylinder engine, okay, in that sense the one injector of your throttle body location, okay, it's supposed to serve the fuel to all the all these cylinder which comes under that engine. Okay, so in that sense your injector have to inject continuously in order to fulfill the demand of all cylinders of the engine, because at every revolution of phases or every revolution of crankshaft or after every phase of the crankshaft, one or another cylinder are doing their suction stroke. So in that sense your the throttle body injector should have to send fuel continuously, but not like that, as it is a electronic system, not like Jetronics. Okay, this signals sent it to throttle body injector is within a very small gap of or within a very small gap. It's supposed to having a pulse width for each cylinder. In true sense we can't say it is a continuous, but it is approximately continuous, because for a very small span of time your TBI type fuel injection system are supposed to send a pulse to that throttle body injector. And if you observe by naked eye, it is not noticeable whether your injector having a that gap of or we can say pause of injection. But whenever we having a whenever we are recording those phenomena with a high speed of camera, then you're supposed to know that after every pulse width, it having very negligible gap, which during which the pulse next the your injector supposed to uh, stop their fuel injection. Okay, so in true sense, total body injection is not continuous, but it is approximately continuous. Okay, so that's why it's this terminology is different, DTBI. But the problem was facing those fuel injection system was same as that of the carburetor, because whenever the carburetor is there, that time we are facing the problem of uneven distribution of uneven concentration fuel distribution to entire range of the cylinder. That is the far cylinder, the cylinder is located at the far position, getting a less concentrated fuel as it get contaminated over the inlet manifold, inside the inlet manifold. Okay, so the same thing may supposed to be a or same thing was faced in case of the throttle body injection. So that's where the DTBI system no more continue. Okay, but in case of the DMPFI system, the each cylinder are having their individual injector. Okay, so that's why it's called as a DMPFI, means drug type multi-point or multi-port fuel injection systems. Okay, so now the diagram shown on this slide are belongs to your DTBI. It's not belongs to DMPFI, because here we have seen this is your injector. Okay, and that injector is supposed to send fuel at the intake manifold, and here engine individual cylinder is there present. For example, if 4-cylinder engines is there, then it is having the 4 different cylinders. So here we are at manifold section we supposed to inject in. So this represent the diagram of DTBI, not for the DMPFI. In the V Ganeshan also you're supposed to find this diagram only, even though Mathur Sharma is supposed to find this diagram only. But you should have clarity, this is a diagram of DTBI. If you want to draw a DMPFI diagram, then you should have a number of, or you should indicate the number of cylinder over here, and at the number of at each inlet manifold of that cylinder you should locate a injector. Okay, individual injector in case of the DMPFI. So in addition to that, if you come to the terminology, that is D, here D stand for the drug, and the drug is nothing but the German word used for the pressure. Okay, so this thing here deriving the fuel quantity, or not fuel quantity, finalizing the fuel quantity on the basis of calculating a mass of air inducted by system on the basis of the pressure. Okay, so here this DMPFI system calculate the manifold pressure with the help of the manifold pressure sensor or manifold absolute pressure sensor, which responsible to calculate the load on the engine. For example, this is our throttle body, and that below the throttle body area we know that is called as a downstream, and above the throttle body area is called as a upstream. At the upstream area, atmospheric pressure is always there, and at the downstream, your vacuum pressure or equal to manifold pressure is there. There is no chance above the atmospheric pressure is there. The pressure may be of vacuum, but the pressure may be equal to the your atmospheric pressure. Okay, so with respect to the opening of this throttle, you are supposed to vacuum of suction stroke or get vanish as this barrier to airflow is removed by throttle plate turning moment. Okay, so vacuum get changes with respect to the throttle plate opening, or the pressure get changes at the downstream area with respect to the throttle opening. So that thing gets sensed by here, that manifold absolute pressure sensor. Okay, this gets fitted into the ECU. Similarly, it also senses the what is the temperature of your incoming air. Okay, that is called as a manifold gas temperature sensor. So same inlet air temperature, this is a different terminology here used, but is not different from the IAT, that is inlet air temperature. Here MAT, that terminology used. Okay, after that it also having the input from the engine speed. Okay, it also sends the engine speed with respect to this this three data, not only three data. In addition to that, here RPM sensor, in addition to that, they also used to calculate throttle position. Okay, on that basis it's supposed to derive actual mass of air inducted inside the system, and on that basis it will supposed to calculate the mass of fuel. So how the calculation are take place in case of the DMPF system, we will see next slide. But just we have to memorize that thing. The DMPFI is nothing. The Jetronic system comes under two configuration. One is the DMPFI and another is the DTPI. So this diagram indicating is a DTPI system, not DMPFI. Okay. So in case of the DMPFI, you should have individual cylinder having individual injector. Okay. So this is your DMPFI system.